Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to talk to you about my fitness journey. Now I know I've never done anything fitness related on this channel, and I don't think I'm going to start, to be quite honest with you. Although my boyfriend is setting up the most amazing gym in his garage in England, and I'm really stoked to start using it. But putting that aside, I did think that I could share this video with you guys just because if you know me personally, you know I have lost quite a bit of weight over the years, and especially as I'm venturing into a new place of life with somebody else, it's funny, you start talking about food and working out and kind of those lifestyle habits. And for me in my situation right now, my boyfriend actually doesn't know me. Knew me. Why is this so difficult? He didn't know me when I was at a larger size, so he actually can't even picture what I looked like back then, and it is often a little bit shocking for people to see how much bigger I was. Now that being said, I still have a long way to go. It is a daily battle. Like, I weigh myself every single day, and I'm not addicted to the scale, but for me that's how it does keep me on track. But I'm rambling. But I just thought I would do this video because I've been talking about meal prep lately, and I've been talking about working out lately on a personal level, and I thought that maybe I would share that a little bit with you guys. I don't think I'm ever going to be doing videos like this, like working out, what I'm doing, things like that, because I'll be honest, I've lost a lot of weight, but I still hate working out. But I'll totally get into that. Anyways, enough rambling. If you want to hear a bit about my weight loss journey, obviously by the thumbnail of this picture you would have seen what my before and afters have looked like. You're gonna want to keep on watching. Anyways guys, I don't know where to start. Where do you start with your weight? Because at some point you just realize that you've got a bit of weight on you. So anyways, I've kind of always gone up and down with my weight. My mom made a lot more healthy choices, whereas my dad definitely didn't. And then as a kid, you don't really want, like, you want what you want, right? So next thing you know, I'm 18, I'm going out, I'm drinking a lot, and then obviously that contributes to putting on even more weight. So there came a point where I have some friends that work in radio, and I was like, man, like my ankles are starting to hurt, and like that's how I know I've put on too much weight. And my friend Rob was like, why don't we do Soldiers of Fitness? And that was a boot camp that was going on here in Edmonton at the time, and we did it together. We did 2 rounds of it together, and that was like one of the best shapes of my life I had ever been in at that point. It was really rigorous. I hated every single minute of it, but then I loved the way that I looked, and I loved that I felt really strong. So that was my first taste of things, and I think I got down to around 160 pounds. Then I put the weight back on, I got into a relationship, it was super abusive, I got really depressed after that, but then to top it all off, I ended up getting arthritis in my lower back and both of my SI joints. So there was a period of time I wasn't able to walk for a long period, like I could stand for maybe 5 minutes at a time. So then I put on even more weight, and that's kind of where I'm going to start this story for you guys, because that's when I first started working out and doing the programs that I started doing and following the meal plans loosely that I started doing. So that's kind of where I'm going to start things off with you guys. Anyways, so at that point when I got my arthritis and like was so depressed, everything was going wrong, I was like, look, I need to start working out or doing something, but it doesn't make sense for me to get a gym membership when I can't walk to get to the gym. So what a waste of money. And never mind, I didn't want to get to the gym and look like a fool because like I can barely do anything there. So at that point, a former friend of mine was like, why don't you try out Beachbody, because they do at-home programs. So I started with that. The program that I got started with was PIO. Quite honestly, I was bored and I rarely did it. However, I did incorporate the Shakeology and did lose a little bit of weight from doing that. Now from there, I tried this next program, and that was the thing that was like a game changer for me. So one of the things that had me going out to the club a lot was the fact that I loved to dance. And then Beachbody released a program called Size, and I was like, this is it. This is my moment. It's gonna happen. And even though it was super painful for me to be doing a dance routine where I was like jumping, you could have modified where you didn't do any jumping, but I was enjoying myself, so it was hard to hold back. This is where I saw the most of my weight loss. The size program, basically it's like not exercise, but size. It's a dance program. I think it's like maybe 5 different routines, and they incorporate the food plan from the 21-day fix, if you're familiar with it. So I will be honest, I've loosely followed the meal plans. However, I think sometimes just being a little bit more conscious of what you're eating, even if you're not strictly following these guidelines, it will help you. And honestly, seeing how far I've come, I can only imagine what my results would have been like if I strictly stuck to these like guidelines in my food plan. So I did, I think, 3 rounds of size, and I ended up losing like almost 30 pounds. So hopefully I'm inserting pictures for you guys so you guys can see kind of throughout the process. So at this point I did become a coach of the company, and I actually got selected for them to come up to Canada and shoot the commercial here, and I was like one of the stars of the commercial. That commercial still hasn't come out. I haven't followed up with it because I kind of don't care, and I'm actually not a coach of the company anymore. It was a cool experience, but whatever. But honestly, whenever I put on weight and I'm wanting to start exercising again, I end up going back to size, or I did try Country Heat as well, which was another dance program, because for me, I don't like working out. I need to be having fun in order to like work out. Does that make sense? After I did a few rounds of those dance programs, I wasn't really being challenged anymore, and at that point I did move to the 21-day fix and then the 21-day fix extreme. And those 2 programs, they were beginner programs, but they did incorporate weight training, and honestly that is probably the point where I loved my body the most, because I felt so strong and I felt toned and tight and great. But I find I can't just jump into those programs. I need to like baby step myself in. Does that make sense? Anyway, so I was actually like in Calgary a couple of days ago, and I was talking with my friend Caitlin, and she was like, you know, one thing, Nicole, like you've been able to keep off the weight. And it's true, I have like fluctuated with my weight a little bit, but as a whole I've never got myself back to that like original state. So at this point I am about 189 pounds, and like now I sit between like 157 and like 160. I did just get home from being in England, where I was eating out the whole time because I didn't have a place to cook or anything like that, so I did put on 5 pounds while being there. So yeah, that is a little bit about my weight loss journey story. I mean, don't hold me to it. If you guys want to see what I do to keep myself not back at that original picture, then sure, I will share it with you guys. But I thought, just as I'm starting to talk about meal prep and working out, and I'm gonna have this like super cool gym at my like fingertips, I would share this part of my story with you guys, and yeah, maybe inspire someone to know that you can do it too, because it especially sucks when you have an injury and you're really struggling to lose the weight when it hurts so much. So anyways guys, if you like this video, I would love if you hit that like button, and if you haven't subscribed already, I would love if you did. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.